When a hijacker with a bomb threatened 289 passengers, the calm airline captain had to become someone she buried 6 years ago. As military helicopters closed in, they recognized her old warrior identity. One emergency call would reveal the decorated combat pilot hiding behind a commercial uniform. Before you watch full story, comment below from which country are you watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more amazing stories. The radio crackles with morning chatter. Captain Sarah Falcon Mitchell adjusts her headset and scans the instrument panel. Everything looks perfect. Too perfect. United Airlines Flight 447. Boston to Seattle. Departure time, 6:45 a.m. Expected arrival, 10:20 a.m. Pacific Time. Just another Tuesday morning flight across America. Sarah has done this route 200 times before. She knows every mountain range they will pass over. She knows exactly when the sun will hit the cockpit windows. She knows the flight attendants will serve coffee at 7:15 a.m. sharp. But today will be different. Today, the woman who walked away from military aviation 6 years ago will have to become a warrior again. Today, her past will catch up with her at 38,000 feet. Today, everyone will learn why they called her Falcon. Sarah sits in the captain's seat. She is 42 years old. Short brown hair pulled back in a tight bun. Sharp green eyes that miss nothing. Her uniform is crisp and clean. 4 gold stripes on each shoulder. Wings pinned perfectly above her left pocket. She looks like any other airline captain. Professional. Calm. In control. But looks can lie. 15 years ago, Sarah wore a different uniform. Army green. Black Hawk helicopter pilot. Call sign, Falcon. She flew combat missions in Iraq and Afghanistan. 127 missions total. She pulled wounded soldiers from firefights. She dodged missiles. She landed helicopters in sandstorms when visibility was 0. She earned 3 distinguished flying crosses and a Silver Star. Then one mission went wrong. It was a cold night in Afghanistan. December 2017. Sarah's team was extracting a special forces unit pinned down by Taliban helicopters. The landing zone was hot. Bullets everywhere. RPG streaking through the darkness. Her co-pilot took shrapnel to the chest. The crew chief was hit in the leg. But they got the soldiers aboard. All 12 of them. Then, as they were lifting off, a rocket-propelled grenade hit the tail rotor. The Black Hawk spun out of control. Sarah fought the controls with everything she had. Her co-pilot was bleeding out beside her. The soldiers in back were screaming. The ground was rushing up fast. She managed to crash land in a riverbed. The impact shattered her left arm. Broke 3 ribs. But everyone survived the crash. Then the Taliban surrounded them. For 6 hours, Sarah and the soldiers held off attackers while waiting for rescue. She could not fly anymore. Could not even hold a weapon properly with her broken arm. But she coordinated the defense. Called in airstrikes. Kept everyone calm. Kept everyone alive. When rescue finally came, she had lost so much blood she passed out during the extraction. She woke up 3 days later in a hospital in Germany. They told her she had saved 15 lives that night. They gave her the Silver Star. They called her a hero. But all Sarah could think about was her co-pilot. Lieutenant James Hawk Patterson. 26 years old. Married. 2 kids. He died in that riverbed, bleeding out while Sarah held his hand. She quit the army 6 months later. She does not think about that mission anymore. She made herself stop. That is why she flies passengers now instead of soldiers. That is why she chose boring commercial routes over combat zones. Boring is safe. Boring is predictable. Boring means everyone goes home alive. Coffee, Captain, First Officer Tom Reynolds holds up a thermos. He is 28 years old. Fresh-faced. Enthusiastic. This is only his second month flying with Sarah. Black. 2 sugars, Sarah says without looking at him. Tom pours the coffee. The steam rises in the cool cockpit air. Weather looks clear all the way to Seattle. Should be smooth sailing today. Let's hope so. Tom hands her the cup. The coffee is terrible, like always. Too bitter. Too weak. But it is hot and it is caffeinated, and that is what matters at this hour of the morning. You know, you fly differently than other captains I have worked with, Tom says carefully. Sarah glances at him. How so? More intense. Like you are always expecting something to go wrong. Like you are constantly scanning for threats even when everything is perfect. Something can always go wrong. That is why we train for every scenario. Yeah, but, Tom stops himself. Never mind. Forget I said anything. Sarah knows what he wants to ask. Everyone eventually asks. They see something in her eyes. Something hard and distant. Something that does not belong in a commercial cockpit. Some of them know about her military background. Human resources does not keep secrets very well. But she never talks about it. That life is over. Buried. Gone. She takes a sip of coffee and checks the instruments again. Airspeed, 520 knots. Altitude, 38,000 feet. Fuel, plenty for the flight with reserves. All engines running perfectly. Autopilot engaged. Everything by the book. Through the windscreen, she can see the sunrise painting the clouds pink and orange and gold. It is beautiful up here. Peaceful. This is why she became a pilot in the first place. Not for combat. Not for medals. For this. The simple joy of flying. The freedom of the sky. The tower clears them for their cruising altitude. Tom handles the radio communications while Sarah monitors. United 447, maintain flight level 380. Contact Boston Center on 134.75. 134.75, United 447, Tom responds. He switches frequencies smoothly. Boston Center, United 447, level at 38,000. United 447, Boston Center, radar contact. Proceed on course. Have a good flight. Sarah settles back in her seat. She allows herself to relax just a little. The hardest parts of flying are takeoff and landing. The cruise is easy. The airplane basically flies itself during this phase. She can let her mind wander. She thinks about her apartment in Seattle. Small. Quiet. A studio with a view of Puget Sound. She lives alone. Has lived alone since she left the army. She tried dating once. A nice guy. An accountant named David. He asked about her scars. The ones on her left arm from the crash. The burn marks from hot metal. She told him she did not want to talk about it. He pushed. She ended the relationship that same night. It is easier alone. Safer. No one to worry about. No one to lose. The tower clears them on course. Tom handles the routine radio calls. Sarah checks the time. 7:02 a.m. They have been airborne for 17 minutes. 3 hours and 18 minutes until landing in Seattle. Routine. Boring. Perfect. Behind them in the main cabin, 289 passengers settle into their seats for the long flight. Business travelers open their laptops, already answering emails before they have even reached cruising altitude. Parents try to keep children entertained with tablets and coloring books and small toys. An elderly man reads a newspaper, the actual paper kind, because some people still do that in the digital age. A young woman in seat 14A looks out the window and smiles. This is her first time flying. She is 22 years old. Going to Seattle to start a new job at a tech company. She is nervous and excited and cannot believe she is actually in the sky, floating above the clouds. In seat 24C, a man with cold gray eyes stares at the cockpit door. His name is Viktor Kozlov. He is 35 years old. Former Russian military. Spetsnaz. Special Forces. He served in Chechnya and Syria. Killed 37 men in combat. Earned medals from a government that no longer exists in the same form. Now he works for people who pay very well for very illegal jobs. Terrorists. Extremists. People who want to make statements written in blood and fire. His right hand rests on a small black bag in his lap. Inside that bag is a weapon. Not a gun. Airport security is too good for guns these days. The scanners would catch it. The metal detectors would scream loud enough to wake the dead. But there are other ways to take control of an aircraft. Inside the bag is a device that looks like a bomb. Wires. Clay that resembles C for explosive. A timer with red digital numbers counting down. It is fake. Just theater. Just props. But it looks real enough to scare people. Real enough to make the crew believe he will blow the plane out of the sky if they do not obey. Victor checks his watch. 7:05 a.m. In exactly 10 minutes, everything will change. In 10 minutes, he will own this aircraft and everyone on it. He has done this before. Not on planes. But he has taken hostages. He has made demands at gunpoint. He knows how fear works. How it spreads through a crowd like disease. How it paralyzes rational thought. The plan is simple and brutal. Take control of the aircraft. Force the pilots to divert to a remote location. Land. Make demands. When the demands are not met, and they will not be met because that is not how these things work, crash the plane into a major city. Boston. New York. Washington, D.C. It does not matter which. The point is the death toll. The fear. The message sent to the world. Victor does not care about the message. He does not care about politics or religion or ideology. He cares about the money. $2 million. Half already deposited in an offshore account in the Cayman Islands. Half when the job is done and confirmed by his employers. He stands up. Casually. Like he is just going to the bathroom to stretch his legs. The flight attendant nearest him smiles professionally. "Sir, we will be starting beverage service in a few minutes. Can I get you anything while you wait?" "No," Victor says. His English is good but heavily accented. Russian vowels and hard consonants. "I need to use restroom." "Of course, sir. Right up ahead." Victor walks toward the front of the cabin. Toward the cockpit door. His hand is in the bag now. Gripping the fake bomb. His heart rate stays steady. Calm. Professional. This is just another mission. 3 rows away from the cockpit door, he stops. Pulls out the device. Holds it high above his head so everyone can see it. "Everyone sit down," he shouts. His voice is loud. Commanding. Military. The voice of someone who expects instant obedience. Nobody moves. "I have a bomb." Everyone stays in seats. The cabin erupts into instant chaos. Passengers scream. Some duck down in their seats. Some freeze completely, unable to process what is happening. A child starts crying loudly. The flight attendant backs away, her face draining of all color. "I said sit down." Victor roars even louder. "Everyone in your seats now. Hands where I can see them." Anyone who moves, I detonate bomb and kill everyone. People scramble to obey. The cabin fills with terrified whispering. Crying. Praying. Some passengers are texting loved ones. Others are too scared to move at all. Victor grabs the nearest flight attendant by the arm. Jennifer Chen. 35 years old. Been flying for 10 years. She has handled difficult passengers before but never anything like this. She is terrified but trying desperately to stay calm. Victor says to her, pressing the device against her side. Go to cockpit door. Tell pilots to open it. Right now. I cannot. They will not. Victor squeezes her arm hard enough to bruise. Tell them. Or I kill everyone on this plane. Starting with you. Jennifer's hands shake as she picks up the intercom phone mounted near the galley. She presses the button that connects to the cockpit. Her finger trembles on the button. In the flight deck, Sarah is reviewing the descent profile for Seattle when the intercom chimes. 3 short bursts. The urgent signal that means we need to talk right now. She keys the response button. Flight deck. Captain, this is Jennifer. The lead flight attendant's voice is tight. Scared. Barely holding together. We have a serious situation in the cabin. Sarah's stomach clenches immediately. Her combat instincts kick in before her conscious mind even processes the words. Threat assessment. Situational awareness. What kind of situation? A passenger in 24C. He is standing up in the aisle. He has something in his hand. It looks like a bomb. He is demanding to speak to the pilots immediately. He says. The word hangs in the air like poison gas. Bomb. Tom's face goes pale instantly. All the color drains out in a single second. Jesus Christ. This is not happening. Sarah's training kicks in hard and fast. Her mind goes cold and clear like ice water. She has done this before. Not this exact scenario. But she has flown through emergencies. She has made life or death decisions at altitude. She knows how to stay calm when everything is going to hell around you. Jennifer, listen to me very carefully, Sarah says. Her voice is steady as steel. Rock solid. Do not let him approach the cockpit door. Keep other passengers away from him. Tell him we will communicate through you. We are going to handle this situation. Do you understand me? Yes, but Captain, he says he has a bomb. He says if you do not open the door in 5 minutes. We will not open this door under any circumstances, Sarah interrupts firmly. That is non-negotiable. Tell him we are going to land the aircraft safely. Tell him we are contacting authorities. But the door stays closed. Always. Captain, he has a knife too. He is threatening passengers. Jennifer, trust me. I know exactly what I am doing. The door stays closed. Follow my instructions. Keep passengers calm. Keep him talking. We will handle this. Sarah switches off the intercom and immediately turns to Tom. Her movements are quick and precise. Set the transponder to 7,500 right now. Tom's hand shakes as he reaches for the transponder dial. Sarah, what if he really has a bomb? What if he detonates it? We could. Focus, Sarah snaps. Her voice is sharp now. Command voice. The voice she used in combat when soldiers were panicking and she needed them mission ready immediately. I need you with me. Can you do that? Can you focus? Tom swallows hard. Nods quickly. Yes. Yes, I am good. I can focus. He is not good. Sarah can see that clearly. He is terrified. His hands are shaking. But he is trying. That will have to be enough for now. She watches as Tom sets the transponder to 7,500. The universal code for hijacking. Every air traffic controller in America will see that code light up on their radar screen. They will know something is terribly wrong. Sarah grabs the radio microphone. Takes one deep breath to steady herself. Boston Center, United 447 declaring an emergency. The response is immediate. The controller's voice is professional but urgent. Slightly higher pitched than before. United 447, Boston Center, go ahead with your emergency. Boston Center, United 447 is squawking 7,500. We have a hijack situation in progress. Passenger claiming to have an explosive device in the main cabin. Cockpit is secure and will remain secure. Request immediate military response and priority vectors to nearest suitable airport with full emergency services. There is a pause. 2 seconds that feel like 2 hours. Sarah can hear the controller breathing on the other end. Processing. Making rapid decisions. United 447, copy your emergency. Squawking 7500 confirmed. Stand by 1. Another pause filled with tension. United 447, military assets are being notified immediately. Turn left heading 090. Descend and maintain 25,000 feet. Divert to Portsmouth International Airport. Airport is being cleared now. Emergency services are standing by. Say souls on board and fuel remaining. United 447, turning left to 090. Descending to 25,000. Souls on board 289. Fuel for 4 hours remaining. Roger, United 447. We have you as priority aircraft. All other traffic is being cleared from your flight path. Help is on the way. Sarah begins the turn and descent. Her hands move across the controls with practiced precision. Muscle memory from thousands of hours of flying. Autopilot off. Manual control. She wants to feel the aircraft responding to her inputs. Wants to know exactly what it is doing. Behind her, through the reinforced cockpit door, she can hear shouting in the cabin. Passengers screaming in terror. The hijacker yelling in Russian-accented English. His voice carries clearly. Everyone sit down. I have a bomb. Nobody moves or I kill everyone. You think I am joking? You think this is a game? I will blow this plane out of the sky. Tom is breathing fast. Panic breathing. Short, shallow gasps that are not getting enough oxygen to his brain. Sarah, what if he really has a bomb? What if he detonates it right now? We could lose cabin pressure. We could lose control. We could. Tom. Sarah's voice cuts through his panic like a sharp knife through paper. Breathe. Slow breaths. In through your nose. Out through your mouth. Do it now. Right now. Tom tries. He is shaking but he tries. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Good, Sarah says more gently. Now listen to me carefully. We are going to follow protocol exactly. The cockpit stays sealed. No matter what happens out there. No matter what he threatens. No matter what we hear. The door stays closed and locked. Do you understand why? Because if he gets in here, he can crash the plane into a city. Exactly right. If he wanted to blow up the aircraft, he would have done it already. He wants control. He wants to fly this plane somewhere. He probably wants to crash it into a populated area. That is what terrorists do. So we do not let him in. Ever. Under any circumstances. The intercom chimes again. Urgent. Desperate. Sarah answers. Flight deck. Captain, please. Jennifer's voice is breaking now. She is crying. barely holding it together. He has grabbed a woman. A passenger from seat 18F. He is holding her in front of the cockpit door. He has a knife pressed to her throat. He says if you do not open the door in 5 minutes, he will kill her. Then he will kill another passenger. And another. Every 5 minutes until you open the door. Sarah closes her eyes for exactly 1 second. Just 1 second to process. She can hear the woman crying through the door. Begging for her life. Please do not hurt me. Please. I have children. 2 little girls. Please. In that second, Sarah is back in Afghanistan. In the cold riverbed. Holding Hawk's hand while he bleeds out. She could not save him. Could not stop the bleeding with her broken arm. Could only watch him die while she whispered that help was coming. She opens her eyes. Pushes the memory away. Focuses on now. Jennifer, tell him we will not open this door under any circumstances. That is absolutely non-negotiable. Tell him we are landing in 20 minutes. Tell him emergency services are waiting on the ground. Tell him his only option is to surrender peacefully. But Captain, he is going to kill her. He is serious. I know he is serious, Sarah says. Her voice is hollow now. Heavy with the weight of impossible choices. But if we open this door, everyone dies. All 289 people on this aircraft. That is not a guess. That is not a maybe. That is a certainty based on every hijacking study ever conducted. We do not trade control of this aircraft for hostages. Ever. There has to be another way. There has to be something we can do. There is not. Not right now. We land. We get help on the ground. But the door stays closed. That is the rule. That is how we save the most lives. Sarah disconnects the intercom. She cannot listen to the woman begging anymore. Cannot listen to Jennifer crying. If she listens too long, she will break. And she cannot break. Not now. Not when 289 lives depend on her staying cold and focused. Tom is staring at her. His eyes are wide with horror and disbelief. Sarah, we cannot just let him kill people. We have to do something. We are doing something. We are keeping him out of this cockpit. We are protecting the aircraft. We are getting this plane on the ground where professionals can handle the situation. What if he kills 10 people? 20. How many deaths can you live with? Sarah's jaw clenches hard. Her teeth grind together. However many it takes to save the rest. That is the job, Tom. We make impossible choices. We calculate odds. We save who we can save. And right now, we save 289 people by keeping him locked out of this cockpit. She switches to the military emergency frequency. 121.5 MHz. The guard frequency. Every military pilot in the air monitors this channel continuously for emergencies. She has not used this frequency in 6 years. Swore to herself she never would again. Any military aircraft on guard, this is United 447. I have an active hijack situation with explosive threat and hostages. I need tactical support immediately. Static. White noise. For a long moment, Sarah thinks nobody is listening. Nobody is out there. Then a voice. Young. Professional. Military crisp. United 447, this is Shadow Flight. 2 Black Hawks out of Fort Devens Army Base. We are being vectored to your position now. What is your situation? Relief floods through Sarah like warm water. Help is coming. Real help. Black Hawks. Her aircraft. Her people. Shadow, I have a hijacker in the main cabin. He claims to have explosives. He has taken hostages at the cockpit door. He is threatening to execute passengers every 5 minutes unless I surrender the cockpit. Cockpit is sealed and will remain sealed under all circumstances. Copy all, United 447. We are 12 minutes from intercept. Can you maintain cockpit security until then? 12 minutes. An eternity when someone is threatening to kill people every 5 minutes. Affirmative, Shadow. But I need more than an escort. I need tactical options to resolve this situation. United 447, we can escort you to landing. We can coordinate with ground forces. But we cannot engage while you are in flight. Too much risk to the aircraft and passengers. You are a commercial jet with civilians aboard. Through the cockpit door, a woman screams. High and terrible and full of pure terror. Then the hijacker's voice, loud and angry and cold. Captain. I know you can hear me. You have 4 minutes now. 4 minutes or this woman dies. And then another. And another. I have 289 people to kill. How many will you let me murder before you open this door? Tom is shaking now. His whole body trembling. Sarah, we have to do something right now. We cannot just sit here while he kills innocent people. We are doing something. We are flying this aircraft. We are keeping him out. We are buying time for help to arrive. But he is going to kill her. Sarah turns to face Tom directly. Her eyes are hard as diamonds. Cold as ice. If we open that door, he kills everyone. Every single person on this aircraft. That is the protocol. That is the rule. That is based on decades of research and real-world incidents. We do not trade control of this aircraft for hostages. Not ever. Because giving him control means 289 deaths instead of 1 or 2. That is easy to say when you are not the one dying out there. You think I do not know that? Sarah's voice rises sharply. You think this is easy for me? I am making a choice that is going to get people killed. Innocent people. But it is the choice that saves the most lives. That is what being a pilot means. Making the hard call. Living with the weight of it forever. Tom looks away. He is crying now. Silently. Tears running down his face and dripping onto his uniform shirt. Sarah switches back to the military frequency. Her mind is racing at top speed now. Calculating. Planning. 12 minutes is too long. The hijacker will start killing people in 4 minutes. She needs something now. Something to change the situation immediately. Something to put pressure back on him. Then she has an idea. It is crazy. Desperate. Dangerous. The kind of idea that gets people killed if it goes wrong. The kind of idea that ends careers. But it might work. It might save lives. Shadow Flight, what is your current position and altitude? United 447, we are 80 miles northeast of your position at 15,000 feet. Closing at 200 knots ground speed. Sarah does the math in her head. Fast calculation. The kind she used to do in combat when seconds mattered and hesitation meant death. Distance. Speed. Descent rate. Timing. Angles. Reaper, I need a tactical flyby. Close pass on my starboard side. I need the hijacker to see you clearly in the passenger windows. I need him to believe you are about to engage this aircraft. A pause. Longer this time. United 447, that is extremely close proximity for a commercial aircraft. You are not built for formation flying. The wake turbulence from our Black Hawks could destabilize your flight controls. Could cause. Reaper, I am former military, Sarah interrupts. Her voice is firm. Confident. Black Hawk pilot. Call sign Falcon. 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment. Authorization Code Tango Whiskey 64. I know exactly what I am asking for. I have flown in worse conditions. Complete silence. 3 seconds of nothing but static and breathing. Then a different voice. Older. More authority. The flight lead. United 447, did you just say Falcon? Affirmative, Reaper lead. Falcon as in. Captain Sarah Falcon Mitchell. 160th SOAR. The Night Stalkers. That is correct. Another pause. Then something like awe in the pilot's voice. Deep respect. Ma'am, we studied your missions at the Army Flight School. The Fallujah extraction where you landed under heavy fire and pulled out 15 wounded Marines. The Kandahar rescue where you flew through a Category 3 sandstorm with zero visibility to extract trapped SEALs. The riverbed defense where you held off Taliban helicopters for 6 hours with a broken arm and saved 15 lives. You are a legend, Captain. A genuine legend. Sarah's throat tightens. She does not want to be a legend. She wants to save these people. I need your help, Reaper. I need you to help me save 289 lives right now. What do you need, ma'am? Name it. Sarah takes a deep breath. This is it. The moment when she stops being a commercial airline pilot and becomes a warrior again. The moment when Falcon comes back from the dead. Reaper, I am going to execute an emergency descent. Rapid descent. I will drop from 38,000 feet to 18,000 feet in 2 minutes. That is 10,000 feet per minute descent rate. It will look like I am losing control of the aircraft. Like something catastrophic is happening. The hijacker will be confused. Disoriented. Scared. That is when I need you to come in hot and close. Within 100 feet of my fuselage. I need every passenger to see you clearly. I need the hijacker to believe you are about to blow him out of the sky. Captain, that is insane. That is absolutely insane. A 100-foot intercept on a commercial aircraft doing emergency descent. The wake turbulence alone could flip you inverted. The structural stress on your airframe could. Can you do it or not, Reaper? A pause. Then, we can do it, ma'am. We trust you. If Falcon says it will work, it will work. Then let us do it. I am starting my descent in 30 seconds. Be ready. Roger, Falcon. Reaper flight is inbound hot. We have your back. Do not let us down. I will not. I promise you that. Sarah disconnects. Looks at Tom with absolute seriousness. Strap in tight. Tighten your harness as much as you can. This is going to get very rough very fast. Tom's eyes are wide with fear and confusion. Sarah, what are you doing? What is happening? Something crazy. Something that might get us all killed. Or might save everyone. We are about to find out which. She keys the cabin intercom one more time. When she speaks, her voice is completely different. Not the calm commercial captain anymore. This is the combat pilot. This is the voice that commanded soldiers under fire. This is the voice that never accepted defeat. This is Falcon. Passengers and crew, this is the captain. We are executing an immediate emergency descent due to hostile action aboard this aircraft. Military helicopter aircraft are responding to this situation right now. Fasten your seatbelts as tight as possible. Secure all loose items. Assume brace positions immediately. Flight attendants, secure the cabin now. This is not a drill. I repeat, this is not a drill. Then she disconnects the autopilot and pushes the control yoke forward hard. The nose drops sharply. Violently. Not a normal descent. Not even a normal emergency descent. This is an aggressive combat maneuver. The kind of descent that makes your stomach climb into your throat and your ears pop painfully. Tom gasps loudly. Jesus Christ. Sarah. The aircraft pitches into a steep dive. The altimeter spins counterclockwise rapidly. Numbers blurring together. 37,000, 35,000. 33,000, 31,000. Warning alarms scream throughout the cockpit. Master caution lights flash red across the entire instrument panel. Warning bells ring continuously. The aircraft buffets and shakes as airspeed increases well past normal descent profiles. In the cabin, passengers scream in absolute terror. Luggage tears loose from overhead bins despite being properly secured. Coffee cups and phones and tablets fly through the air. A laptop smashes hard against a window, cracking the screen. Children are crying. Adults are praying out loud. The hijacker stumbles backward. Caught completely off guard by the violent maneuver. His hostage falls hard to the floor, scrambling away from him on hands and knees. What are you doing? Victor shouts in Russian and English mixed together. What is happening? Stop this. Sarah does not answer. She is focused entirely on flying. On controlling a descent that is right at the very edge of the aircraft's structural capabilities. Any faster and they risk overspeed damage to the airframe. Any steeper and she might not be able to pull out of the dive in time. 35,000 feet. 32,000, 29,000. 26,000. The Black Hawks appear on the radar scope. Closing fast from the northeast. Moving at combat speed. Reaper flight has visual on United 447, the lead pilot says. His voice is tight. Professional but clearly impressed. Jesus Christ, you are descending fast. That is aggressive flying for a commercial bird. Beginning tactical approach now. Through the cockpit window, Sarah sees them. Two dark shapes approaching out of the bright morning sun like guardian angels. Beautiful. Deadly. Powerful. Black Hawk helicopters. The same aircraft that provides close air support in combat zones worldwide. The same aircraft that can put a precision bomb through a window from 10 miles away. They are coming in fast. Very fast. United 447, Reaper is coming in on your right side. Recommend you warn your passengers immediately. This is going to look extremely scary. Sarah keys the intercom quickly. Jennifer, tell everyone to look out the right side windows right now. Tell them what they are about to see are friendly American helicopters. Our helicopters. Here to protect us. Tell them not to panic. Reaper, United 447 is leveling at 18,000 feet. You are cleared for tactical flyby. Make it look as aggressive as possible. Roger, Falcon. Reaper is inbound hot. Weapons visible. This will be convincing. The Black Hawks come screaming past the right side of the aircraft. They are incredibly close. Dangerously close. Close enough that Sarah can see every tiny detail. The cockpit glass reflecting sunlight. The Hellfire missiles mounted on the pylons. The M134 minigun in the door. The pilot's helmet and oxygen mask. The door gunner at the ready. They are so close that the Boeing 767 shudders violently from their wake turbulence. The whole plane rocks side to side. Passengers scream again even louder than before. Through the cabin door, Sarah hears Victor shouting in Russian. Cursing. Scared now. Actually scared. The Black Hawks pull up in a perfect vertical loop, bank sharply showing their door gunners and weapon systems to passengers below, and come roaring back for another pass. This time even closer. Within 50 feet. Their wingtips nearly touching the fuselage of the commercial jet. The roar of their rotor blades is absolutely deafening even through the aircraft's heavy insulation. Reaper is in position, Falcon, the lead pilot says. Clear pride in his voice. We are 50 feet off your starboard beam. Every single passenger can see us clearly. Every weapon is visible. Your hijacker definitely sees us. How do you want to play this? Sarah allows herself a small tight smile. Help me sell this, Reaper. I need him to believe you will shoot. She keys the cabin intercom and switches to Russian. Fluent, perfect Russian with a Moscow accent. She learned it during her military service. Spent 6 intensive months at the Defense Language Institute in Monterey studying it. Used it on multiple missions where they coordinated with Russian-speaking Allied forces. Viktor Kozlov, she says in Russian. Her voice is ice-cold. Absolutely emotionless. I know exactly who you are. I know you served in Spetsnaz. I know you operated in Chechnya and Syria. I know your service record. I know you are not working alone. But none of that matters now. None of it will save you. Complete silence in the cabin. Everyone can hear her speaking fluent Russian through the intercom speakers. Passengers are confused but quiet. Those Black Hawk helicopters outside your window are armed with M134 miniguns and Hellfire missiles. Each minigun fires 4,000 rounds per minute. They have received authorization from United States Central Command to engage hostile targets threatening American civilians. That authorization includes you. She pauses. Lets the words sink in. Lets the fear build. You have exactly 30 seconds to release your hostage immediately, drop all weapons, and lie face down on the cabin floor with your hands behind your head. If you do not comply fully, those helicopters will put precision minigun fire through this aircraft. They are trained to target specific areas without causing catastrophic decompression. They will kill you and only you. This is not a bluff. This is not a negotiation. This is your only warning. You have 30 seconds starting now. Complete and total silence in the cabin. Even the children have stopped crying. Tom is staring at Sarah like he has never seen her before in his life. Like she is a completely different person wearing Sarah's uniform. Through the door, they hear Victor shouting. His voice is different now. Higher pitched. Scared. You are bluffing. You would not risk the aircraft. You would not risk killing passengers. This is insane. Sarah switches to the military frequency calmly. Reaper flight, prepare to engage target in main cabin. Target is adult male. Dark hair. Approximately 185 centimeters tall. Currently standing or seated near forward cabin door. Rules of engagement are precision fire only. Minimize all collateral damage. Confirm ready status. Roger, Falcon. Reaper flight is arming weapons now. Targeting systems active. Ready to engage on your direct command. The Black Hawks break formation dramatically. One climbs high and right in a sweeping arc. One drops low and left in a diving turn. Classic attack positioning. Textbook combat spread. Exactly what you would do before engaging a ground target. Through the passenger windows, people can see the helicopters maneuvering aggressively. Can see the weapons being aimed at the aircraft. Can see death coming on twin Black Hawk gunships. Sarah counts down in Russian over the intercom. Her voice is flat. Emotionless. Like she is reading a grocery list. 20 seconds, Victor. 19. 18. 17. Wait. This is insane. You cannot do this. 15 seconds. 14. 13. 12. You cannot shoot through a pressurized aircraft at altitude. You will kill everyone. 10 seconds. 9. 8. 7. You are crazy. You will murder us all. 5 seconds. 4. 3. Stop. Stop right now. I surrender. I surrender. Sarah's hand hovers over the transmit button. Say it again. Louder. So everyone can hear you clearly. I surrender. Do not shoot. Tell them do not shoot. I am dropping everything. Do not kill me. Jennifer's voice comes through the intercom. Shaking with overwhelming relief. Crying with joy. Captain, he dropped everything. The bomb. The knife. Everything. He is on the floor face down. Passengers are holding him down. We have him. We actually have him. Sarah closes her eyes. Breathes deeply. Her whole body is shaking now from pure adrenaline coursing through her system. Reaper, threat is neutralized. Weapons hold. Repeat, weapons hold. Thank you for your outstanding assistance. Copy, Falcon. Weapons hold. Threat neutralized. A pause filled with respect. Ma'am, that was the single most impressive piece of crisis management and tactical coordination we have ever witnessed in our entire careers. Permission to escort you all the way to landing. Permission enthusiastically granted, Reaper. And thank you. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for believing in Falcon. Ma'am, we would follow Falcon straight into hell itself if you gave the order. This was an absolute honor and privilege. The Black Hawks take up close escort positions on either side of the commercial aircraft. Like honor guards. Like protective big brothers. Like warriors watching over one of their own who just won an impossible battle. Sarah flies the aircraft smoothly toward Portsmouth International Airport. Her hands are rock steady on the controls now. The crisis is over. The immediate threat is neutralized. But she knows the hardest part is still coming. Landing. Statements. Media. Questions. Explanations. And facing the passengers whose lives she just saved by becoming someone she thought she had buried 6 years ago. The approach to Portsmouth is perfectly smooth. The tower has cleared every single other aircraft from the entire airspace. Emergency vehicles line both sides of the runway. Fire trucks with foam ready. Ambulances with paramedics standing by. Police cars everywhere. FBI tactical teams in full black body armor. United 447, Portsmouth Tower, you are cleared to land runway 34. Emergency equipment is in position and standing by. Welcome home, Falcon. Welcome home, hero. Word travels incredibly fast in military and aviation circles. The tower controller knows exactly who she is now. They all know. The whole world is about to know. Sarah lines up perfectly on final approach. Gear down and locked. 3 green lights. Flaps extended to landing configuration. Airspeed decreasing steadily. The runway rises to meet them. The main wheels touch down with barely a bump. Absolutely perfect landing. Smooth as silk. Sarah reverses thrust. The aircraft slows. She turns off at the first available taxiway and follows the ground controller's instructions to the remote parking area where the FBI is waiting. The Black Hawks fly low overhead one final time. A last salute. A final acknowledgement. Then they climb and bank away and turn back toward Fort Devon's Army base. Sarah sets the parking brake firmly. Begins the shutdown checklist. Her hands only shake a little bit now. The adrenaline is wearing off slowly. Engines shut down, Tom says very quietly. His voice is completely hollow. He has been almost silent since the hijacker surrendered. Processing everything he just witnessed. Everything he just learned about his captain. FBI agents in full tactical gear board the aircraft within seconds. Sarah watches through the cockpit security camera as they efficiently secure Viktor Kozlov. Hands zip-tied tightly behind his back. Face pressed hard against the cabin floor. He is no longer the cold, confident killer from before. He is shaking. Defeated. Terrified of what comes next. Medical personnel rush aboard immediately after. They are checking every passenger carefully. Looking for injuries from the emergency descent. The severe turbulence. The chaos and panic. One passenger, the young woman from 14A on her very first flight ever, is unconscious. She hit her head hard on the seat in front of her when the descent started. Blood on her forehead. The paramedics carefully stabilize her neck with a collar and gently move her to a stretcher. Sarah's chest tightens painfully. Someone got hurt. On her watch. During her maneuver. Because of her decision. More FBI agents enter the cockpit. The lead agent is a woman. Maybe 40 years old. Short blonde hair cut in a professional style. Sharp intelligent eyes that assess everything in one quick glance. Captain Mitchell, I am Special Agent Maria Rodriguez, FBI. We need your complete statement about everything that happened. But first, I wanted to say personally that what you did today was the most incredible crisis management and tactical decision-making I have witnessed in 15 years of federal law enforcement. You saved 289 lives today. You are a genuine hero. Not all of them, Sarah says quietly, her voice heavy. There is a passenger injured. The young woman in 14A. She will be absolutely fine. Minor concussion. Nothing serious or life-threatening. And she is alive because you acted decisively and immediately. If you had waited, if you had hesitated even for a minute, the hijacker would have started systematically killing people. Your quick thinking and your coordination with military assets prevented mass casualties. You stopped a terrorist attack. Rodriguez pulls out a small notepad and pen. We need a full detailed statement from both of you. But I can tell you what we know so far. Viktor Kozlov. Russian national. Former Spetsnaz Special Forces. Been on our active watch list for 3 years. We believe he was planning to crash this aircraft into downtown Boston. Possibly Faneuil Hall or the Federal Reserve Building. The device he had was not a real bomb, but passengers did not know that. He was using fear as his primary weapon. How did he get through security with all that? Tom asks. It is the first thing he has said in 20 minutes. His device was made entirely from non-metallic components that are completely legal to carry. Modeling clay. Copper wires. A cheap digital watch. Everything you can buy at any craft store and carry through TSA screening without any problems. He assembled it in the lavatory after takeoff. We are going to completely review all our security protocols. Make absolutely sure this specific method cannot be used again. Rodriguez turns back to Sarah with obvious respect. Captain, your military service record shows extensive combat experience in special operations. Is that how you knew exactly what to do? How you coordinated so effectively with the Black Hawks? Sarah nods slowly. I have been in high-pressure situations before where quick thinking was the only difference between life and death. I knew the helicopters could help create psychological pressure even without actually engaging. I just needed the hijacker to absolutely believe they would engage if he did not surrender. You speak Russian. That helped tremendously. 6 languages total. Military requirement for special operations pilots operating globally. You never know when you will need to coordinate with allied forces in their native language or intimidate an enemy in theirs. Rodriguez writes detailed notes. The passengers are giving statements to our agents right now. Every single one of them is calling you a hero. They are saying you saved their lives. How does that feel to you? Sarah looks away toward the window. I do not feel like a hero at all. I feel like someone who did their job. Someone who made hard choices under pressure. Someone who got extremely lucky that it worked out. Captain Mitchell, you did not get lucky. You used highly specialized skill. You used years of experience. You used courage under fire. That is not luck. That is heroism in its purest form. Before Sarah can respond to that, there is sudden commotion at the cockpit door. Passengers are pushing past the FBI agents. They desperately want to see her. Want to thank her personally. An older man, maybe 65 years old, reaches the cockpit first. Tears streaming down his weathered face. "Captain, my granddaughter Emma was on this flight. She is only 8 years old. She was so scared. Absolutely terrified. But you saved her. You saved all of us. You are her hero now." He grabs Sarah's hand firmly. Holds it tight in both of his hands. "Thank you. Thank you so much. I cannot say it enough times." Other passengers crowd behind him. All talking at once. All emotional. "You are absolutely amazing. How did you stay so calm and focused? I honestly thought we were all going to die. You are a real American hero. Can I get your autograph for my son?" Sarah feels completely overwhelmed by all the attention. She is not used to this at all. In the military, heroism was quiet. Private. Professional. You did the mission successfully. Saved your people. Went home. Nobody made a big public fuss about it. But here, in the civilian world, everyone wants to celebrate. Everyone wants to know the full story. Everyone wants to touch the hero. Agent Rodriguez gently but firmly pushes the passengers back toward the cabin. "Folks, I absolutely need you to return to your seats. We are still processing this crime scene. You will all have chances to thank the captain later." They reluctantly move away. But they keep looking back at Sarah. Looking at her like she is something truly special. Something legendary. Tom finally speaks again. His voice is quiet but intense. "Sarah, who are you really? Because the person who just saved this entire plane is not the person I have been flying with for 2 months. Sarah meets his eyes directly. "I am the exact same person, Tom. I used to do different work before this. Much harder work. Work that required very different skills. You were special operations. Night stalkers. The absolute best helicopter pilots in the entire world. I was. For 15 years. Then I quit. I wanted a completely normal life. I wanted to forget what I had seen and done. What I had lost. I thought I could just be a regular pilot flying regular routes. But you are not regular at all. You are Falcon." Sarah's jaw clenches tight. That name. That call sign. She has not heard it spoken aloud in 6 years. She thought she had buried it forever in Afghanistan with Hawk and all the other ghosts. "Falcon died 6 years ago," she says quietly but firmly. "I am just Sarah now. Falcon saved 289 people today. Falcon coordinated with Black Hawks and executed combat maneuvers and spoke Russian to intimidate a terrorist. You can call yourself Sarah all you want. But today you were Falcon. And everyone knows it now." Before Sarah can respond to that uncomfortable truth, her phone starts buzzing insistently in her pocket. She pulls it out. 47 missed calls. 128 text messages. Emails flooding in continuously. She opens one text message. It is from her old squadron commander. General Marcus Hayes. Retired now but still connected to everything military. "Falcon, just saw the news. Knew it was you the absolute second I heard the call sign. Proud as hell of you. You never stopped being one of us. You just changed your uniform. Welcome back to the fight." Another text. From her former co-pilot who survived the Afghanistan crash with her. Chief Warrant Officer Danny "Ghost" Martinez. "Sarah, you did it again. You brought everyone home safe. Just like always. Hawk would be so incredibly proud of you right now. Tears sting Sarah's eyes suddenly. She blinks them back hard. More texts keep flooding in. Old friends from the military. People she has not spoken to in years. All saying essentially the same thing. Proud. Amazed. Impressed. Welcome back. But Sarah does not want to come back. She left for very specific reasons. She cannot go back to that life. Cannot go back to the constant nightmares and the blood and the faces of people she could not save. The FBI processes the entire scene for 3 more hours. Taking detailed statements from every single passenger. Photographing all evidence carefully. Collecting the fake bomb components. Documenting absolutely everything for the upcoming trial. Finally, they release Sarah and Tom. You are both free to go. We will need extensive follow-up statements later. But for now, get some rest. You have definitely earned it. Sarah and Tom walk slowly through the terminal. News crews are waiting everywhere. Cameras. Microphones. Reporters shouting questions loudly. Captain Mitchell. Can you tell us what happened up there? Is it true you are a decorated war veteran? Did you really threaten to have helicopter Black Hawks shoot the hijacker? How does it feel to be called a hero? Sarah pushes through all of them without answering a single question. She does not want to talk. Does not want to be on camera. She just wants to disappear. Go home. Lock her door. Be alone with her thoughts. She makes it to the parking garage. Her hands shake badly as she unlocks a rental car. She was supposed to fly to Seattle. Complete the return flight tonight. Sleep in her own bed. Now she does not know when she will get home. Does not know what happens next in her life. Her phone rings. Unknown number. She almost does not answer it. But something makes her pick up anyway. Captain Mitchell, this is General Marcus Thompson. Commander of Army Special Operations Aviation Command. Sarah's back straightens automatically. Pure military conditioning drilled in over 15 years. General Thompson, sir. I have been personally following your situation all day. Absolutely impressive work. You handled that hijacking better than most elite tactical teams could have managed. Your coordination with the Black Hawks was textbook perfect. Your psychological operations against the hijacker were absolutely brilliant. Thank you, sir. I am calling because the Department of Defense has an important proposal for you. We are currently developing a completely new training program. Commercial Aviation Security Task Force. Teaching civilian pilots how to handle serious crisis situations. Hijackings. Bomb threats. Terrorist actions. Active shooters. Sarah's stomach sinks. She knows exactly where this conversation is going. We want you to lead this entire program, Captain. Design the full curriculum. Train the trainers. Share your unique expertise with pilots across the entire country. You could potentially save thousands of lives. Not by flying dangerous missions anymore. By teaching others what you know. General, I sincerely appreciate the offer. But I left the military for very specific reasons. I am not interested in going back to that world. This is not going back, Captain Mitchell. This is moving forward in a new direction. You would not be active duty military. Civilian contractor status. You would work on your own flexible schedule. Fly commercial routes when you want. Teach when you want. Complete freedom. But Captain, what you accomplished today proved you still have something incredibly valuable to offer the nation. Sir. 289 people are alive right now because of your actions. Their children still have parents. Their parents still have children. How many more families could you save if you taught other pilots your exact methods? Your tactics. Your mindset under pressure. Sarah closes her eyes. She is so tired. Exhausted. Can I please think about this carefully? Of course you can. Take all the time you need. But Captain, do not think too long. The world desperately needs Falcon. Maybe not in combat zones anymore. But in classrooms. In training centers. In simulator facilities. In the places where we prepare the next generation to face the unthinkable. I will seriously consider it, sir. That is all I can ask. I will send you all the complete details via encrypted email. Look them over carefully. Call me directly when you are ready to discuss further. The call ends. Sarah sits alone in the rental car. In the quiet. In the dark parking garage where nobody can see her. She thinks about the 289 people who went safely home to their families today. The children who still have parents to tuck them in tonight. The parents who still have children to hug. The husbands and wives who will sleep next to their spouses. She thinks about the young woman from 14A. Her very first flight ever. Almost her last. But she survived. She will have other flights. Other chances. A whole beautiful life stretching ahead of her. She thinks about Hawk. About the soldiers she could not save despite her best efforts. About the crushing weight she has carried silently for 6 long years. Maybe this is how she honors them properly. Not by forgetting and running away. By remembering and using what they taught her. By making sure their sacrifices meant something lasting. Sarah starts the car. Drives to a hotel. Checks in. Goes to her room. Stands in the shower until the water runs completely cold. Then she sits on the bed. Opens her laptop. Reads the detailed proposal General Thompson sent. Commercial Aviation Security Training Program. Primary objective, prepare civilian pilots worldwide for hostile situations. Comprehensive curriculum, crisis decision-making under extreme pressure. Tactical coordination with military assets. Psychological operations. Emergency protocols. Passenger management. Lead instructor, Captain Sarah Falcon Mitchell. Estimated impact, 50,000 plus pilots trained over 5 years. Sarah reads it 3 times carefully. Then she picks up her phone. Calls the general back directly. General Thompson speaking. Sir, it is Captain Mitchell. I have read the complete proposal carefully. And what is your decision? I will do it. But I have one absolutely non-negotiable condition. Name it. We name the entire program after Lieutenant James Patterson. Call sign Hawk. My co-pilot who died in Afghanistan. He taught me most of what I know about staying calm under impossible pressure. About making hard choices. About never giving up on your people. He deserves to be remembered properly. Long silence. Then, the James Patterson Memorial Aviation Security Training Program. I like it very much. It honors a fallen hero. Welcome aboard, Captain Mitchell. When can you possibly start? Give me 2 weeks to finish my current flying schedule with United Airlines. Complete my obligations to them. Then I am completely yours. Outstanding. I will have all the contracts drawn up immediately. Falcon, you are going to save countless lives doing this. I genuinely hope so, sir. I really hope so. Sarah hangs up. Sits in the quiet hotel room. For the first time in 6 long years, she feels something like actual peace settling over her. Falcon did not die in Afghanistan. Falcon just evolved. Changed the mission. Found a new way to bring people home safely. And tomorrow, Sarah will start the important work of making sure every pilot in America knows how to be calm in absolute chaos. How to think clearly when passengers are screaming. How to coordinate effectively with military assets. How to make impossible choices. How to save precious lives. Because 289 people went home tonight because one pilot remembered her training and became Falcon again. And thousands more will go home safe because that pilot decided to share everything she knows. The mission continues. The war changes form. But the core purpose remains exactly the same. Bring everyone home alive. Always.